Good evening, everyone. This will be the last of the YouTube My Mon videos. I may make a similar type of format in the future, but as of now, this will be the very last episode. Now, there are 3 submissions in this video that we will cover. The first one is by Rizzla, second one by DRM86, and the last one by Frisco. And these Pokemon have been posted in the YouTube My Mon text channel in the Nirth Discord. As of now, you can't post any new messages in that chat. And in the future, I may establish some sort of giveaway format where I have 3 available slots. I pick 3 winners, and then I make those 3 videos. This video is very delayed. It was part of the September/October Nirth membership promotion. I apologize for the delay, but I hope this video overall will be an enjoyable one, if that is even a word. So here are Rizzla's 3 Pokemon. The first one is a Luxio. Luxray was an interesting Pokemon when it came out, simply by the fact how similar it is to Victreebel. Luxio and Luxray are ingredient specialists, and their main ingredient is tomatoes. Now, you can also use it for oil. However, I think Ditto and Cramorant are probably better options, if not just Toxicroak, which is the OG oil Pokemon. So in my opinion, if you are to go for a Luxray, go for the oil. And hopefully you also have a pretty good Raichu that you can bake it into the team with. Now, tomatoes, if I remember correctly, is one of the ingredients in one of the new big dishes. Now that cacao is an ingredient, I actually don't remember. But anyway, let's have a look at this Luxio. Now, the level is 31. Not sure why it's not evolved into a Luxray yet. Maybe you can answer that question in the comments, Rizzla. But it is mono tomato, which is huge. Has a really strong ingredient list, and on an ingredient specialist, you want a strong ingredient list. The first couple of stats, well, we can put in that it's been evolved once. I see that the main skill level is level 2. Now, Cooking Power Up S is quite nice on a cooking centered Pokemon as just supplemental triggers. And I think even at level 3 with Luxray, that's going to be a nice boost every now and then. Now, 2% skill rate is fairly low. That means you may get 1 or 2 triggers a day if you're using it actively. And yeah, so the first 2 stats are Helping Speed S and Helping Bonus. That's a lot of speed for an ingredient specialist. Now, for me, when I evaluate my ingredient specialists, for the most part, I'm looking for mono ingredient lists. But in addition, it would be nice to have 1 or 2 additional perks that kind of helps the Pokemon. So I look for 3 like checkboxes. And for Luxio, it has the mono ingredient list, which for Luxray is strong, so that's at least 1 check. Helping Bonus, another check. And I don't know, for me, I would like to see some more ingredient finding, and thankfully, that's what we find at level 50. Now, am I recording? I am. Yes. All right, nice. Been trying to make this video for a while now. Okay, so not several months, but you know. So we have the timid nature, which is a little bit unfortunate. Actually, that was already there. That was a spoiler, wasn't it? Yeah, speed of help down is not particularly good. Although I think for skill specialists and ingredient specialists, as long as you have enough factors that kind of help its specialty, it is fine. I think the fact that you have mono tomatoes, you have ingredient finding M, and helping bonus is just a grand slam. Now, in addition, there is some more speed coming in later here, so it's not going to be too slow. And I don't know why this music is not nice. There we go. It should pop back up. And at level 100, that is like way off. I don't know if you should even consider leveling up your Pokemon that far into it. Let's see. There we go. Have the music back on. Could probably have a sound file someplace and just loop that instead, but anyway, I think overall this Luxio is really nice. I think it's a solid investment, and especially at Old Gold Power Plant, if you can build some sort of Raichu team that runs overnight, and you have some other Pokemon that can fill in whatever ingredients you would need to cook some big meals, then yeah, this Luxray is gonna treat you well. And so I think we should hop on to the next Pokemon here, which is Gengar. Let's reset these. I haven't made any macros yet. May do that in the future. Let's just plot in the level already. Level 29, a little bit on the lower end. It's got main skill level 3, which makes me wonder if it was... Apologies. It was caught as a Ghastly. Man, I think this microphone's dusty. That might be what's going on here. So we just zero out all the stats and we can plot in the nature. Lonely. That is a strong start. Now, if this Gengar somehow has a good ingredient list and some ingredient finders, this is a good one. It does not have a particularly strong ingredient list in my opinion. It's got herb, mushroom. That can be kind of nice as well. In my opinion, it never hurts to tuck away mushrooms. They are high value. They're used in some of the higher dishes or stronger dishes. And so for the most part, what I'm seeing here with herb, mushroom being the list, it's kind of a herb focused ingredient specialist that just gets some supplemental mushrooms that you can tuck away for other dishes. Let's say you have some sort of curry dish that you like doing. You can tuck away those mushrooms for the ninja salad, for example. So that would be my only about the Gengar. Now, Dragonite does herbs. You also have Quagsire now doing mushrooms. So it's not super detrimental to have a little bit of a funny list on the Gengar, but yeah, it's got ingredient finding M. It's got ingredient finding S. And at that point, you should just be very happy because the ingredient list is a little bit funny. That just fluctuates a little bit with time and the various meta dishes and so on. So I think for Gengar, where you have an alternative in herbs with the Dragonite and mushrooms with the Quagsire, it's kind of nice to just have a Pokemon with very solid stats, and you can just pump the ingredients in a little bit of a mixed bag, but kind of does what it needs to. And it's quite strong overall. Now, level 29, and your other Pokemon was level 31. And the next Pokemon is level 39. That makes me wonder if these are Pokemon you've posted here because they are like questionable cases for you as a day one mega player, or if you're earlier on. I would say if you are more early in the game, the Luxray and this Gengar are very solid. Finding ingredient, finding M, S, and the speed and some inventory on a Gengar is huge. So yeah, I just don't know what to make of the ingredient list on Gengar in general. So this may be the best one. It balances out a fairly even production between herbs and mushrooms, and whatever you don't need, you can just tuck away. Herbs, for that matter, too, is also a high value ingredient. It's around 150, mushroom around 180. Don't remember the exact numbers anymore, but they are quite strong, both of them. So quite nice. Also, at the Old Gold Power Plant, the Ghost type berry is favored. So I think this Gengar has a spot on your team, even overnight potentially, with this huge inventory coming in at level 50. Yeah. It depends on your playstyle, really, but quite a nice Gengar, and congratulations. Now, we have yet another Old Gold Power Plant Pokemon coming up from Rizzla, and that is a Raichu. Let's have a look at the level. It is 39, as I said a couple minutes ago. Wait, what happened? There we go. It has apples, ginger, and eggs. You don't really care too much about the ingredient list on a berry specialist. And so let's have a look. It seems to have been evolved twice, and I'm not gonna mess around too much with the hours. It's going to leave that 0. And the nature is one of the most influential things on a berry specialist because it's basically just berries, supplemental stats. The nature can really break a berry specialist in the same way that if you get skill down on a skill specialist or ingredients down on a ingredient specialist, like that's bad. So in the case that you get like ingredients up and speed down, the modest nature on berry specialists, you're in for a rough one. So Raichu has a brave nature, which is almost amazing. Speed is very nice on a berry specialist, although having experience gains down can be quite detrimental. Although it's just a minor thing. If you have some other things that kind of work out for the Pokemon as well, like the berry finding, you're just set. Okay, you have to put some extra inventory into a what am I saying? Resources. You have to put more, sticking in Norwegian, more resources into a double S tier Pokemon, Raichu. Oh well. So with the speed up nature and the berry finding S on Raichu, you're pretty much set. Now it has another helpful stat in the helping speed coming in at level 50. And there's no more speed anywhere else, so you can actually subskill it. Although at level 10, you have the ingredient finding S. So for Raichu, you can see the ingredient rate goes from 22% to 26% with that ingredient finding S. And then at level 50, you can gamble a subskill seed if you're a premium player and you just feel like it. So that may be something to try out. And I mean, if you're unlucky, you may have to spend 2 subskill seeds to make it worthwhile. But yeah, ingredient finding M is a bit of a problem. Although I don't see any skill level up M's here. There's a skill trigger coming in at level 100. So for the most part, I don't even know if you care much about the ingredients / inventory. You may just run sneaky snacking Raichu all day, every day, and just keep it at that. Ooh, now that I think about it, I saw something. Look at that. There it is. There's actually an ingredient finding M at level 75. I just ignored it. I thought, well, 75, that's way late. I don't have to look at it, but obviously that will block out the subskill seed. So you can basically just bank this one. 75 is ways away. And having 34% of that ingredient rate, I mean, you're going to get some eggs and ginger at that point because Raichu is so fast. And then when you don't want those ingredients, just sneaky snack. This is a very, very solid Raichu. I think once you get it to level 50, this is truly going to shine. It is already a very strong Pokemon for you, I'm sure, at Ogle Power Plant, if you've made it that far yet. And yeah, congratulations. I think of the 3, this Raichu for sure is the best of the batch. And Raichu as a whole is very, very strong too. So that is a very nice Pokemon. Thank you very much for your submission here, Rizzla. I apologize for the delay. I hope some of this analysis have been interesting, helpful, insightful. And otherwise, I hope the Rate My Mon and the other text channels in Nirth have been interesting and full enjoyment. It has been, I don't know English, damn it. Okay, next, not contribution, but submission is by ERM86. And I'm seeing all the reactions on this post, so let's just hop into it. The first Pokemon is a Sylveon. That is a rare Pokemon to see these days now that Gardevoir basically has power crept the Sylveon. The level here is 52, which is nice. Sylveon can only have evolve up to once. I assume it's been evolved from an Eevee. And let's see if it's better than my Sylveon. My Sylveon, whenever I share a screenshot of it, people go like... And so, let's see what this is all about. It's got a jolly nature, which can be okay. you're not really looking for ingredients on a skill specialist. Maybe you're looking for the berries depending on the sub skills. And the experience mostly is just to get to level 50. Not a whole lot of action after that. And so let's see what this got. Now, the first trait is skill trigger S. And the second is skill trigger M. And at that point, you're pretty much close to the gold standard. In my opinion, when you evaluate the skill specialists, you want main skill chance up nature, you want skill trigger M, and helping speed M as a base floor. That I would say is the threshold you should just keep to and be very strict on when it comes to the skill specialists, whether you're premium or free or a whale. And the reason is simply the seeds are so scarce. And it seems like the natural progression for the levels for the main skills will be level 10. That's why I've graded them, kind of put them on the screen already. Although for energy for everyone else, it's only level 6 at this point in time. They have told us that level 7 is coming eventually. Hopefully that will come sooner rather than later. I, for one, am a huge fan of Sylveon, and so it would be very nice for that to show up sometime soon. Now, in this case, you're almost hitting the gold mark. You have skill trigger M, which is huge. Skill trigger S is comparable to helping speed M. So the really only thing that's missing here is that nature. Level 50, we have helping bonus, and that is what makes this analysis a little bit more challenging to really figure out, because helping bonus is a trait that is incredibly hard to evaluate. It depends on your team, your playstyle, and also the progression of the levels of the healing Pokemon on the main skill, because presumably if level 10 is the ultimate max on the main skill, then with a Pokemon such as Sylveon that has a 6.2 skill rate with these traits, then I don't know how much it's going to heal at level 10, but I don't foresee Sylveon being on the team all that much at that point in time. And at that point and like looking at that, then helping bonus is going to carry less weight than just getting those triggers. So personally, I would probably want a main skill up nature instead of the helping bonus, but depends on your playstyle and also your budget. Finding an Eevee with 2 skill triggers is not easy. You hit level 10 fast. You can see this was caught before level 10 in Friendship, because, well, you start getting those gold sub skills clogging up your sub skills, and that could be quite frustrating. So overall, I would say this is a pretty strong Sylveon. It is not among the best in my opinion, but actually the helping bonus, skill trigger M, EXP gains up combo here can be quite powerful as we approach level 7 and also potentially level 8 main skill level. So this Sylveon is level 6. It's probably putting in a lot of work on your team, and by no means is this a bad investment. It's very solid, especially if you consider when you caught this. Let's see, July 9th, 2024. I wonder how long you've been playing. If you're a somewhat newer player, I think this is huge, especially getting it up to level 52 this fast. That's crazy. So yeah, I mean, the Eevee hunt can be quite frustrating. And so I think overall, being this lucky with a healer is quite nice. And so yeah, it's overall a huge find. Double skill triggers and the helping bonus, and at least the nature that doesn't ruin it is quite nice. So congrats on the Sylveon. Hopping on to the next Pokemon here by DRM86. It is a Feraligatr. Oh man, that is almost pristine. Wow, that is amazing. That is like way above what you should expect, at least. Let's see, it is level 57. That makes me think you probably have played for a year or more. It's got helping bonus, just like the Sylveon. And here is where it gets interesting, because those helping bonuses, you can have a little bit of a feedback. You can stack those helping bonuses and overall have a very crazy team. At level 50, it's got the berry finding. So this is just a golden combo. If you get helping bonus, and berry finding, and a berry specialist, nothing else matters. You can have a funny nature with the ingredient finding up, main skill chance down on a Feraligatr, doesn't matter. And then at level 25, it's even got the helping speed M. Now, level 75 comes along with some skill trigger, and level 100 has more speed. So this overall is a very, very fast Feraligatr, and Feraligatr S tier easy. And so this is a huge find. I'm super curious to hear if you have plans of building a Suicune team. I think overall when you have that Sylveon with helping bonus, Berry, favorite at Cyan Beach, you have this Feraligatr with helping bonus berry finding. My intuition would be you would probably long-term be happy at Cyan Beach with a strong Suicune and favored berry and some overstacking potential, especially with this Feraligatr. And who knows, it could be interesting in the future to see if they reuse some of the berries for different themed islands. Or if now after Old Gold Power Plant, if they're kind of done with the new areas after, let's say, they piece together a bug and poison area and then maybe a dragon area, something like that. Not easy to tell what they have in store for us, but I, for one, am looking forward to it. But yeah, I think overall this Feraligatr with the berry finding, helping bonus combo, can do a lot of work basically anywhere. Because of Feraligatr's high base ingredient rate, I would probably not do anything else but Sneaky Snack. Even though Feraligatr kind of has a nice skill rate. Something funny there. Oh yeah, it's the skill trigger and the main skill chance down with a 5.2. If we set that to none, then it kind of reflects accurately where this Feraligatr is at. So yeah, that is a huge find. Let's hop on to the final Pokemon by DRM 86. We got another Gengar. Whoa, a lot of Gengar action today. Let's have a look at the Gengar. It is level 32. A lot of recent Gengars. I wonder, is that because of the Halloween event? You guys just found a lot of good ghost types during that event. That must have been an exciting event for you two so far. So let's neutralize these or just reset the stats here. We can reveal the nature already. It is relaxed. Gengar is an interesting Pokemon in the sense that it's very fast. It has a low ingredient rate, so disproportionately has an advantage compared to a lot of other ingredient specialists with having berry finding. And that is exactly what we see here with this Gengar compared to the Gengar earlier in this video, which was more ingredients focused. So with a helping bonus berry finding combo, and I can reveal the ingredient list is double mushroom. It's not as ingredients focused as the Gengar we analyzed a couple minutes ago, but the double mushroom in the B and C slots, you can see the volumes at level 30 and 60 are way bigger than level 1. And so overall, you're probably going to get 80 or 85% of the ingredient volume just in mushrooms. And so that is pretty good. Now, 60% ingredient rate is not something to brag about, although there is another pleasant surprise waiting for the DRM 86, and that is the ingredient finding M at level 50. I think overall that is a huge boost to this Pokemon, despite the fact that the more ingredient finding you have, the less berries you find. But there's a balance in there somewhere. And at level 75, there is some inventory. And at that point, you just checked almost all the boxes. I think overall EXP gains down on a Pokemon that in this case is quite berry focused is a little bit of a negative. But once you get to level 75, then I think if you're a premium player, you should sub-skill seed that inventory, and then you would have a very, very, very strong Pokemon. And overall, I would say this is a very strong trio. I was a little bit unsure about the Sylveon. 2 skill triggers with a helping bonus and an EXP gains up nature. Very solid. It's hard to evaluate these skill specialists because of those scarce seeds. So, but then you have helping bonus another time on the Feraligatr, which Sylveon and Feraligatr you can pretty much bring along with you wherever you go. And kind of the same with Gengar. And at that point, you have 3 helping bonus. And that almost makes it so that you have so much speed that it starts hitting that 35% hard cap. Like across the sub-skills, you can't have more than 35% or base points, like percent points higher. But that seems basically on the limit. Wow, that's an amazing Gengar. I think so far that may be one of the strongest Pokemon we've reviewed, but also that Feraligatr, kind of crazy. So very happy for you, DRM86. Thank you so much for the submission here in Nirth. I also hope that you have found the various chats useful and a pleasure to be in. There are a lot of active members in Nirth, both for TCG Pocket and Pokemon Sleep, and it's a lot of fun getting to chat with all of you. Now, I know the videos in general have slowed down quite a bit, but there's daily stuff happening in the Discord. I'm active, and a lot of you guys are too, and it's just a lot of fun. So let's have a look at the next and final submission, which is by Frisco. And as I mentioned earlier in this video, I may refurbish or revamp the format in the future where I have certain slots that I give away with a bot in the Nirth Discord. So actually, this submission is the last of the YouTube My Mon, and it is by Frisco. First Pokemon here is a Steelix. Oh man, this is... the jealousy is just coming through very strongly. Steelix is so expensive. You basically can't get it unless you're paid a whale. It's level 33. Doesn't matter. This is just gonna ride into the sunset. Now watch this, everyone. We got to clean out these stats because this is amazing. Now the only little ding that I can like see here is the nature just a little bit, but it doesn't even matter because Steelix is a double S tier Pokemon. It is ridiculously strong. The speed is not particularly high, but it doesn't matter. And the reason is the berry value is so high, and it's a berry specialist. So it's just berry specialist, which is among the strongest Pokemon in the game generally. It has the Steel Berry, which is among the strongest berries. At 50 minutes is decent speed. It's a bit on the slower side, but yet again, that Blueberry is very high value. And what's interesting with Steelix is, well, it evolves once, and at that point, it gets a 4% skill rate. Ingredient Magnet S is not particularly interesting. 8 ingredients is not going to make a difference. And so it would be interesting to see in the future if maybe the skill on the Steelix is changed up a little bit somehow. There's been a lot of that recently in the various updates, and so I'm having my note somewhere. Just take a picture of it and tuck it away, because 4% skill rate on a decently fast Pokemon, I don't know. It's got main skill chance up nature. Okay, so here are the stats. We got the bear finding. And at that point, In my opinion, if you find an Onyx or a Steelix with berry finding, you just give it a thumbs up and ahead you go, because Onyx is 16 points per capture and Steelix is 20. To evolve Onyx, you need the metal coat and a whole bunch of candy, and it's very expensive. And not only that, it's super rare. So you might have to be at the Hope Hollow Island cave for many months until you build up the area bonus in order to get enough Drowsy, in order to kind of hopefully get Slumbering, and then hopefully maybe an Onyx. And so it's just a ridiculous Pokemon. The bar is super high. I think you can find Steelix at Old Gold Power Plant, but yeah, it's a rare one. And so to find berry finding on a Steelix, you can basically just, as I said, go ahead, be happy, smile to the bank. And not only that, although I understand like level 75 is a ways away, but if you find helping bonus, berry finding in any capacity, discount level 100, that's just stupid. But 75 is not that far off. I have 10 Pokemon at level 60, and a lot of those have hundreds of candy that is just stored up now because we've been at 60 for so long that 75 is not too far off. And for a double S tier Pokemon such as Steelix, with now Favorite Berry at the most difficult area, you just can't understate how strong this Pokemon is. It's one of the best Pokemon in the game, and then you find these stats. This is crazy. It's got some inventory. I don't think that makes a huge difference, but watch this. It's got some speed here too. So level 50, you can use a single subskill seed to get that helping speed M. And the reason is that inventory is clogged up at level 100. So this is just a big ol' smile until level 75. And even if you have some crazy 60 inventory at level 100, you can just carry that over from Sunday into Monday. And so I think this Steelix, this is by far the best Pokemon we've seen all video. Crazy find. I know the helping bonus comes in a little bit late, but at the very least, it is the berry finding that comes first. And oh man, if trading was a feature in Pokemon Sleep, I might have had to ask for your PayPal account. I'm just joking, but that's just ridiculous. Very happy for you. Huge find. Wait, was that the first Pokemon you posted in your submission? It was. Oh my god. We have a Pupitar coming up. Let's have a look at the Pupitar. We have Pupitar, which is level 30. It's been evolved once, and it's got the berry finding. And then it's got inventory L, and it's got the ingredient finding S. And I think we're gonna stop there and have a look at the nature, because it is mild. That is strong. That is really nice. You have inventory berry finding with a mild nature. I think this is eerily similar to my Tyranitar. Even the ingredient list, it is ginger, beans, and ginger. My Tyranitar on my main account. It is actually so similar that I want to open my game right now. Oops, that was way loud. The other account, because I want to see just how, like, it basically is a copycat. The only thing that you won't have on this Pupitar that I have on mine is level 4 main skill, because it was a rookie move early on. I thought my Tyranitar was bugged because it didn't heal enough. Turns out it was that mild nature that was being funny, and it impacts your healing from the main skill. So I used the main skill seed to try to fix the bug. I was lost at the beginning of this game. It was funny, man. And so, oh yeah, I have Sleep EXP bonus on mine, not ingredient finding S. So yours arguably is better than mine, because at level 50, you can, I should take down that sound. Level 50, you can use one subskill seed and get a ridiculous 40% ingredient rate with huge inventory. Look at this. You just Even higher as the Tyranitar. We were looking at Pupitar, 43%. Crazy. And then you have 42 on the inventory. Actually, you have more because it's evolved twice. That's ridiculous. Does it get better? Yes, it does. We have Skill Trigger M at level 75, which means level 3 main skill with Skill Trigger M, 7% on that rate. You have huge inventory. So even though you have Bear Finding, you're just not going to have a problem with the inventory clogging up before you get to bank at least one trigger. And then look at this. Another crazy stat. We have just a big old smile from level 1 to level 100. You can do another sub-skill seed. And I pray for you that you are premium and are tucking away some silver seeds for this Tyranitar, because at level 100, this is going to be one of the most crazy Pokemon I ever seen. The Dark-type berry is pretty high value. And then at 45 minutes base on the Tyranitar, with all of this, it's hard to not appreciate enough. And that was after the Steelix. You're gotta be a borderline whale to get this kind of luck. Like, this is insane. I have spent a little bit every now and then on the game, and I'm not even close to any of these, I think, with my collection. The Steelix, the Pupitar. Oh man, now I'm like super curious to see what this last Pokemon is. Gotta be kidding me. It's a shiny Ampharos. That is crazy. I don't have any shiny button here to make the Ampharos shiny, so it's just gonna be a regular shiny, but in real life, in real game, that is a pink Ampharos. Big time jelly again. I haven't had a look at the stats yet, but presumably if you invest in a skill specialist that is shiny, it's gotta be good for something. It's got the calm nature, the slow reveal. Let's see what level it is. It is level 60. Oh man. It's main skill level 7. It's got Herb, Egg, Herb, which I think is the highest average value list. Okay, so calm nature. I need to calm down because I went a little bit overboard now. Obviously, when you have the main skill chance up, that is the main thing you're looking for. Speed of help down is just across the board a detriment. But for the most part, if you have the main skill chance up, it more than covers the speed down. So it's way better than neutral for a skill specialist. Now, the 3 stats here that just, I can't believe it. You have Berry Finding S, you have Helping Bonus, and you have the Grief Skill Trigger M combo. That is crazy. You have main skill chance up, you have Skill Trigger M, and you have Helping Speed M. Oh, I mean Helping Bonus, which is better than Helping Speed M, which I stated earlier is my gold standard for the minimum threshold for the skill specialists to be worthwhile. Your seeds. And then on top of that, it's an electric Pokemon with Berry Finding. The Berry Finding Helping Bonus Ampharos is very, very strong. And the reason is you can combine it with the Raichu. And then we had a look at your Pupitar, which is crazy strong, don't get me wrong, but that Steelix is ridiculous. I want to see if you have a Raichu, and if not, I would highly encourage you to start looking because you have Berry Finding, Helping Bonus Steelix, favored at local power plants. You have this Ampharos, which it's not a berry specialist, but I mean, it's an electric type, which combos with the Raichu. You got Berry Finding, Helping Bonus. It's level 60 already, so that is crazy value. I mean, the Ampharos we can also add has some more quirks coming in later, which is a little bit unfortunate, but Ampharos has such a low ingredient rate to begin with that going from 13% to 20% is not going to be noticeable. If anything, it'll just help you collect some extra ingredients for some of your big time dishes because, I mean, eggs and herbs are quite valuable ingredients. And so, well, obviously the value of eggs is low, but it's used in a lot of big time dishes. So it evens out, but wow. And it's shiny, like that is crazy. Main skill chance up. Skill trigger on. Big bonus. And it's shiny. And it's got the bear finding. I think overall, like, is that crazier than the Steelix? I think it may be. I think that Ampharos is the best Pokemon we've seen this whole video. What do you guys think? Out of all of these 9 Pokemon, what are your thoughts? I think the shiny Ampharos is way up there. That Steelix was crazy. DRM 86 Hagistol. Smile to the bank. That Feraligatr, crazy. Also the Gengar. And then Rizzla had a very nice Luxio. That was just, it almost hit all the marks. It had some speed down on the nature, but everything else just hit. Using Gengar too. And a cracked Raichu. Forgot, yes. A lot of really good stuff here. And I'm excited for you guys. And thank you so much for being patient with me and being very generously patient and kind with me in the chat. Actually, I would have expected otherwise, but I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that the thoughts that I've shared on all these Pokemon have been insightful, interesting, entertaining, and let's keep up the good conversations in Nirth Heart. I'm always enjoying talking Pokemon Sleep with you guys in the Rate My Mon chat. As stated earlier, the YouTube My Mon text channel is now going to change a little bit. Going forward, I will be doing the giveaway bot to select a couple winners who will get to post some Pokemon to evaluate. And I don't know how frequently that will be, but overall, I think it's going to be a cool new format whenever the content schedule is stabilized a little bit. Right now, I know it's a little bit on the dry side. There are 2 videos a month, one for the primary and one for the free to play. And then essentially it's this series, which is a little bit on the pause for now. And then I'm hoping to put more time into website specific videos. Now, on that note, I'm thinking hopefully next week or soon, I will make a video about Raichu. Because if we actually have a little bit of a side quest in this video, I want to showcase something for you. Something that I have noticed that is crazy. Wait, why is this so weird? There we go. Wait, watch this. We have a meta-defining change. Alolan form Vulpix. I have written a long-ass article on Raichu. I think it's pretty much done. What's ironic too is that was the last article I was trying to finalize. And Raichu has an Alolan form. It has Alolan Raichu, which is an electric psychic Pokemon. Raichu is a double S tier Pokemon in Pokemon Sleep. We don't have a berry specialist of the psychic type. Now, I would be curious to see if Alolan Raichu shows up at some point in the future. I don't remember what the evolution criteria is for that. I should have probably looked that up, but anyway, I wanted to mention that the website has this evolution section, as you might have seen. And so far, I've included all the extra forms, the mega evolutions, the regional forms, etc. Just as this has not been mentioned anywhere. There's no promise that mega evolutions will come. There's no mention anywhere of Alolan forms. Well, uh-oh. Alolan Vulpix has made it to the game, and that is amazing. So I think overall, we could potentially see some interesting changes to Pokemon Sleep going into 2025. I know the Pokemon Works has been a little bit of a background change for the developers. I don't know to what extent that influences the development. It kind of seemed like a big deal, but yeah, we'll just have to see. For now, I think Pokemon as a company overall is very focused on the TCG, and I'm having a lot of fun with TCG Pocket. We are talking daily in the Nirth Heart Discord about that, and trading is coming in a month, so that's going to be great too. But what I wanted to mention with that is it seems like they're just alternating the attention a little bit between the two. And so for now, I think TCG Pocket is front and first. That's like the main thing. And my point being that once we hit February and Pokemon Day is coming up, it's not impossible that there can be another hype season for Sleep. I, for one, was excited for the legendary events. We had Raichu, Entei, and Suicune. And then we had the Ogre Power Plant, and that was exciting too. But then I was just kind of left with what's next, and there was just no news. So I kind of look forward to see whatever happens with Pokemon Sleep around Pokemon Day. So for now, I think I'm going to tone it down a little bit on the video side of things. I'll do the monthly coverage for the main account and the free-to-play account, and then every now and then I'll do videos like these, which you basically had a showcase of the new format without realizing it. So I'll be picking 3 people who get to share X number of Pokemon, and then we'll just do one big video like this. But how often, I don't know yet. I would like to finally get this website up and running, so that is the main priority. And so, yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hope you guys are doing well and are enjoying Pokemon Sleep. And yeah, if you play Pokemon TCG Pocket, you may want to consider hopping into the chats for those as well in the Nirth Heart Discord, because it's starting to get exciting. There's a new set coming out next week and trading coming in just a few weeks, as mentioned earlier. And I think the activity in Discord, in the Nirth Heart Discord, is going to go through the roof once trading comes out, because then we have something tangible to talk about every day other than just discussing how many battles we win, which is a lot of fun, or different Pokemon cards we get, which is also a lot of fun, but it's just a new dimension to the game, I think. So yeah, long video here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in another video coming up.